Kids, hey class 10. Today I'm going to teach you Dust of Snow. That is the first poem written by Robert Frost. And this is my favorite topic to discuss. And Robert Frost is an American poet. He usually discusses about reality and he's a realistic poet. This poem, firstly I would like to discuss the title with you guys. The title is Dust of Snow. Dust doesn't mean that dirt. Dust here means falling or pouring of snow, that I've written in the last point. And this poem, or I would say Robert Frost, is going to tell us about the reality of life and highlights suffering, sorrow and joy. So this poem is going to give us a larger picture, and this is a simple and short poem, yet with a deeper and larger meaning. The poet explains how an act as pretty as experiencing snow on one's body can brighten one's day up. The message of the poem is put into the words by Robert Frost. That is, let us begin now. That is, always a larger significance. A little thing touches a larger thing. So there could be impact of a smaller thing on a really larger thing, and which will change the complete meaning or complete thought of the day or thought of your life. It could change a very small thing, a very small tinge could change you. This is the first stanza of the poem, that is Dust of Snow. And as I discussed that this Robert Frost is going to depict the reality, this poem is going to depict the reality of life. So here we are going to shatter the man-made norms with the mode of this poem. And here the poem starts, the way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So what does that mean actually? This stanza says that we assume that when crow came, we don't know the way a crow shook down on me. It means when that crow came maybe on the branch, we are just assuming the things that when crow came to sit on a snow-laid branch of hemlock tree, the snow shook down on the poet, and that tree on which the crow sat was the hemlock tree. This should be kept in mind. This hemlock tree is a poisonous tree, and we take crow as a bad omen. Omen means when you take vibes from something that is not good for you. Okay, so here the crow sat on the hemlock tree, or maybe he was flapping his wings, and that is why that snow fell on the poet. So crow and hemlock tree, both are poisonous. What does this symbolize? Symbol of grief, gloom, pain, death. So these both, crow and hemlock tree, are bad omens, and this stanza is setting the mood of sadness and despair, which means that in the first stanza the poet is discussing about something which is sad, which should not have happened. So we all say that crow is not a good omen for us. So crow is also here, and hemlock tree is a poisonous tree, that is why it is also considered as a bad omen. So both of them are really bad, and that is why this poet is feeling sorrowful in the first stanza. This is stanza number 2, which says, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Rued means ruined. Ruin means destroying something. So in the first stanza what we read was that the way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. That stanza was discussing about something which is sad, which is in despair. But this stanza is going to discuss about the contradict thing, which is when the snowflakes fell on him, the mood of the poet completely changed. Where can we see that? Has given my heart a change of mood. It means there is a sudden change in the poet's mood. Earlier he was sad and was feeling that his day has ruined, but now I feel different. It has saved my remaining day from being ruined. So, and saved some part of a day I had ruined. It means the earlier he was feeling that his day is completely ruined, but when those snowflakes fell on him, he felt alive. He felt that something has happened, something good has happened, and now his day was about to get better. So here what did we learn in this poem? That we learned there is nothing like the facts in these superstitions, and we should not believe them. We should not believe them like close-eyedly. We should actually check the facts if it is really like applicable somewhere, or we are just believing it, closing our eyes. So now I'm going to discuss a few metaphors here, and then the irony, and then the poetic devices, and the rhyming scheme as well. So here are the metaphors. Metaphors are, first is crow. See, metaphors are something where we use where we use different words to describe some feeling or to describe some other thing. Okay, as in here in this poem, crow describes the sadness and the gloominess, and hemlock tree describes the poison. So actually hemlock tree, we cannot say, we do not use the word poison, we rather use the word that is hemlock tree. So when we talk about rhyming scheme, see, rhyming scheme could be checked with the sound, like with the sound with which this line is ending. As in the first stanza, it was the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow. So crow and snow have the same rhyming scheme. That is why we have written A for it. And then comes shook down on me from a hemlock tree. So it is A, B, A, B. Same goes with the next stanza. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some heart part. So C. And see, this heart and part does not sound familiar with crow and snow, or maybe me or tree. So that is why we have written C for it. A change of mood of a day I had rued. So mood and rude, that is why it is C, D, C, D. Next we are going to discuss is our poetic devices and the irony in this poem. So the irony in this poem is that crow is a messenger of death according to our superstitions. Yet the poet felt good because the snowflakes fell on him, and he felt alive at that time. He actually enjoyed that joy of snowflakes because crow actually shook on him. So the next point we are going to discuss is poetic devices. So in this poem there are 3 poetic devices. The first is enjambment. Enjambment actually talks about the continuation of the sentence. It means if a poem is written in the same sentence and there is no full stop in between. Okay, so this poem which we have just read, that is Dust of Snow, is written in one sentence that is comprising of 4 lines, 2 stanzas, 4 lines and 1 sentence. Second poetic device is alliteration, which talks about, see, whenever the same words, when the same initial letters are used in one line, we call it alliteration. Usually you must have read about the alliteration as the same recurring initial letters, but we would say that if a letter is repeated in the starting of the line or in between of the line and has the same initial letter, that is also that is also talking about the same poetic device, that is alliteration. As in stanza 2 we have a line where it says that has dash heart. See, this is the poem, this is the stanza number 2, and the first line, that is has given my heart. So if we leave given my, then has also starts with H and heart also starts with H. So these both have the same initial letter. That is why here alliteration is here. And in our third line there is and saved some part. So saved some, both start with S. That is why this is also alliteration. And the next poetic device is, this is the last poetic device, that is consonance. In the last one I discussed alliteration. Alliteration was the repetence of the words, I mean the same letters. Here we are going to discuss about consonants, and we all have heard what is consonant, and that makes sense to us. Here we are going to study about repeating consonant sounds. So if you look at the last line, there is a line that is last line of your stanza second, that is of a day I had rued. So of a is the vowel sound, we are not going to talk about that. but in day there is D that is consonant, in hat there is H which is a consonant, and in root there is R which is a consonant. So the same consonant is not the same, but the consonant sound is repeated for 3 times, and that is why this poetic device is called consonants. And here the chapter ends. So I would suggest you guys to go through this poem, but see, this is really important and you will love it, I know, because I love poems, maybe that is why. All the best and have a good day ahead.